Hey guys, so here is I have my pen and paper ready. There's two things that we're going to be doing today that might have been a little bit different from yesterday. I know that a lot of you really understood yesterday's lesson, which is great. So I'm going to start off with that. There's two things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be multiplying a fraction by a mixed number. A whole number by a mixed number. And then we're also going to be renaming our fractions. So first, I want to start off with something that you already know. We have 6 times 5/12. So why don't you pause the video and write that down in your blue book. And when you come back, we'll be able to solve it. So we have our whole number times our numerator. We have 6 times 5, which gives us a total of 30/12. But many of you know that 30/12 is an improper fraction. We have a bigger numerator on top than your denominator. So we have to rename this fraction. If you know that you can rename this fraction already without my help, go ahead, pause the video. If not, remember when we are renaming a fraction, this line, our fraction line, we have to think of as division. How many times can your denominator of 12 fit inside of 30? 12 can fit inside of 30 2 whole times with 6 left over. And your denominator stays the same. And let me break that down a little bit more for you. So we have 30/12. You can pull out, remember division and subtraction are the same thing. Repeated subtraction. So I know that I can pull out one whole set of 12 and still have 18 on top, 12 on the bottom. I can still pull out a whole 12, which leaves us with 6 on top, 12 on the bottom. So my whole 2 came from one whole 12 and one whole set of 12. There are my 2 sets of 12 with 6/12 left over. It's the same thing as counting by 12s. If it's 12, 24, 36. 2 sets of 12 can fit inside of 30. 3 sets of 12 can't fit inside of 30 because it goes to 36. So from 24 to 30, there's 6 left over. That's just our renaming. So one way you're going to have to do it is multiply a whole number by a fraction, and you have to rename this fraction. The second way, pause the video to get ready to write down the problem. We have 2 times 2 2/3. The first thing you're going to have to do is rename this fraction. So it looks like, rename the mixed number so that it looks like a fraction. So first thing I'm going to do is switch it up. I have to flip it. To rename this fraction, it's the C method. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So we rename this mixed number to look like a fraction. So now we have 2 times 8/3. Now I know how to multiply this. This is just like regular multiplication that we've been doing in the past 2 lessons. We have our whole number times our numerator. 2 times 8 is 16. And 3 stays the same. But we can't leave it like this. We need to rename this fraction. It's improper. 3 can fit inside of 16 5 whole times with 1 left over 3. And we're done, guys. This is what we'll be practicing today. Click the next slide.